After 750 days under the national state of disaster to combat the COVID-19 pandemic, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced on Monday that the government has decided to end the national state of disaster. Addressing in a televised message, Ramaphosa said removing it will do away with the vast majority of remaining COVID-19 restrictions.
Since the requirement for a national state of disaster to be declared in terms of the Disaster Management Act are no longer met, Cabinet has decided to terminate the national state of disaster with effect from midnight tonight.
However, Ramaphosa added that certain transitional provisions would remain in place for 30 days following the termination of the national state of disaster to ensure necessary public health precautions.
These transitional measures, which will automatically lapse after 30 days, are the following. Firstly, we will still be required to wear a face mask in an indoor public space. This is necessary to prevent transmission in high-risk places, especially while many people remain unvaccinated. Secondly, the existing restrictions on gatherings will continue as a transitional measure. This means that both indoor and outdoor venues can take up to 50% of their capacity without any maximum limit. This means that travelers entering South Africa will need to show proof of vaccination or a negative PCR test not older than 72 hours. If a traveler does not submit a vaccine certificate or proof of a negative COVID-19 test, they will be required to do an antigen test on arrival.
The national state of disaster has been the government's main mechanism for managing the pandemic. The declaration of the national state of disaster in March 2020 empowered the government to take the measures that prevented many more people from becoming severely ill and saved countless lives. South Africa has been the worst affected African country during the pandemic. Figures released by the National Institute for Communicable Diseases on Monday showed the country has recorded over 3.7 million confirmed cases and 152,000 deaths.